Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 52, Chasing Tails. Got some racing going on. We got some owners, drivers, and egos headed a couple spots in the country. We got Guntersville, Alabama,
There you go.
and Decatur, Illinois. Um, all right, guys. So what do you think? What do you think? Thoughts on the weekend? You guys are going to head to Decatur.
Yep.
Brandon's headed to Guntersville right now.
Go us.
I'm keeping my happy ass home. So
Yeah.
anyway, let's start out with this week we got, let's see, we got the APBA driving school to talk about. To recap, we just had that over the weekend in Springfield, Ohio. Um, we got Guntersville, Decatur,
Did you say that again?
Yeah.
Guntersville,
You did so
Decatur.
good the first time.
I
but the
know,
second
I
time
know.
was
Decatur, and and the new potential new race site. So let's get it going,
Yes.
boys. Let's start out with Guntersville. Let's start out with the Unlimiteds. What do you think, Austin?
I think see the one of the strong boats coming out fast. Probably I think J Mike was a little bit quicker at testing, but
I hope so because Corey only ran 114 miles an hour,
yeah.
which
I
we
don't know
know
what
that boat
happened,
has a
but
lot more speed than
Yeah.
that, but
oh yeah.
don't know what was going on. Didn't ask. You know, he'll figure. They either had an issue
Went live
or
on Facebook
just
finally.
trying something. Just trying something. I don't know. So you thinking strong boats? What about you, Kyle?
I mean, I think it's going to vary between heats. You got a lot of close competition between those top 4 or 5 boats. But like I was trying to say earlier, but we weren't live. I think the one to watch is the U-27.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got full year under their belt. I think the 91, the 9, and the 8 are gonna, they're all gonna win heats throughout the year. This weekend, I think the 91's on a big course. I feel like that might suit their favor a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. The 91's really quick. You got Andrew Tate driving that. Um, never count out the strong boats there. They're generally good, but I'm right there with you. I think the U-27 is that's my dark horse for the season. You know, it's the boat didn't have a lot of time to find all its little kinks and stuff that needs to be worked out last season. Um, but I think with the new owner who is eager to get on the water with both of his boats, I'm sure there's nothing going to be held back trying to get some speed in that boat, and they have the right man in the seat to get it done, which is Dave Villwalk. So that'll that'll be interesting to watch it unfold throughout the season. You already got the 91 that's pretty fast. You got your both strong boats that are pretty fast. Um, it's unfortunate, it's unfortunate that we're not going to have the U40 out there this year.
Yeah.
That's one boat that I think has a ton of potential in it. I really think that boat could come out swinging and make a fight for the championship if it wanted. So hopefully the U40 takes a season off, relaxes, gets gets motivated again, and gets back out in the water because they're definitely going to be missed this season.
Yeah, I've said it before. That heat in Seattle last year, Dustin had that thing flying.
Yeah,
The
yeah. I
middle of the
mean,
boat's fast.
Dustin was getting a little aggressive. He would put it in there and start fighting a little bit. And I don't know. It's
They
just
hold,
unfortunate. I really what
do they still hold the qualifying record there?
Yeah,
Guntersville.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like 171 and change.
Yeah.
Just
So they're going to be
ridiculous.
missed. But we have Brandon. Brandon stepping up in Unlimited, getting his big
Yep.
shot in the U6
With the cowling?
with
with
the
the cowling.
cowling. Did you see that weird dude come popping out of the cowling?
Yeah, I don't know who that was.
Some
Man.
dumbass.
Got a homeless dude hanging out in the Madison shop.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's where homeless people in Madison lives, under Cowlings. So no, so that's cool. And then you got the U11 sponsored by the Flavor Pack this year. All
Mhm.
right. So, they're not with Mercury's Coffee anymore. But they picked up Flavor Pack, so that's pretty cool. Call
Yeah.
now he just needs to wear the big Flava Flav clock.
Yeah.
But no, so you got 6 boats mixing it up down there with unlimited this weekend. Moving on to GPs, it's unfortunate the GP 10's not going to be making it out the trip out. It had too much stuff to get ready. But we got 11 boats answering the call in GP class. It's going to be I don't know if it's the biggest class down there. You got the kneel downs. I mean, when you got a boat that's $1,000 to build,
Yeah, I'm gonna.
you
probably
can have a
I got
ton
the
of those.
F200s too. I'm guessing there's gonna be a few of those.
The F200s are going to be cool.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
F200s are going to be cool.
But yeah, it does suck that the charter's not gonna be out. A boat did well last year. I mean, I think it ended up
Third.
1 Grand Prix or GPA.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
won GPA.
Yeah.
Yep.
Grand Prix.
I thought you were talking. I think it took. Did it take a third? No, he broke down one heat there, I think.
Yeah,
I'm not
Guntersville
sure what
was
he took.
Guntersville was the struggle for everybody last
Yeah.
year. That was kind of
Now,
the first one.
now, word to the wise, they do have testing in Guntersville on Friday. You GP owners, don't you go wear your boats out all in one day. It's a long challenge ahead. You got 3
Yeah.
race challenge. Don't need these engines blowing up left and right.
Yeah. I think after last year, everybody's ready to go.
Yeah. Lupton's
No one wants
made
repeat.
the trek back over the seas.
They're
Back
gonna be
here with their
fast.
boats. They're definitely going to be nipping at it. Ken won HRL championship last year, Ken Lupton,
Mhm.
and like you said the other day, it would have been really cool if Jack Lupton sent his new boat over here.
Yeah.
His new boat look like a rocket ship. It's going to take him some time to make some changes to get it dialed in, but it was looking pretty good when he was running over there in New Zealand over the winter.
The boat he's got looks good though.
Yeah, it does.
It's got the
Yeah.
new
Yeah,
design on
his new design on the GP33 looks really good.
Yeah.
Seen
got
what's that?
We got 212 making their way down from Canada too. Eric.
212 Eric Langevin.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
I don't think they've had anybody from Canada come down to Guntersville and Madison in the last couple of years.
Eric just wants to race, man. He wants to
See?
race. He doesn't
Eric
make all
would,
these.
dude.
He doesn't even
He's-
make all these big posts on Facebook. He's just going to show up and race. That's how it's supposed to be done.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
he is. I'm interested to see
Um,
him with his second year with that boat. Or did he race in it the year before last year, or was it just last year?
I don't know, man. Every time Eric comes up, I always think we owe him a Bowie Hunter shirt.
We do owe him a Bowie Hunter shirt.
Where was it? I think it was Valleyfield. He got one.
Isn't that he with Ken?
Yep. So, don't count out the 71. Huey has been secretly quiet lately. Yeah. I don't know.
Can you not?
I mean,
read, or
I
did
know
you
I know
choose
the
to change that word?
71, 79, the 20. They're all going to a new engine program. So I mean,
Oh.
I don't know. Kind of, it's. I'm not knocking their new engine builder, but when a guy wants to go in and change a whole bunch of stuff in an engine and has never had an engine on the water before, cars are totally different. I'm not picking anything in that realm. So I don't know. I say if I had to pick someone that was going to go do good this weekend, I'm going to say the 35 or sorry, Jack, but I got to go with Ken. 35 or Ken. Am I missing anyone? Am I missing someone that could be in there?
I
It was
mean, you're
being
gonna have
posted
those.
today
That's
or
that
today or
same
yesterday
that
with
same
everyone.
top 5 is gonna be there. Even with the new engines, I think the 79, 71, 33,
Yeah. Oh
757,
yeah. I
or
mean, don't get me
577.
wrong. If they don't have any, that's if they don't have any engine problems. I mean, 35.
I'm really hoping they can get through a
35 could
week.
go have engine problems. I mean, you
Yeah,
never know.
I'm
but-
really hoping because they didn't really get through. I mean, Valleyfield was kind of shaping up to be one of those weekends. I know a couple teams had engine issues, but there was a good lineup for that final. I guess in Madison they did too. I mean, Madison they lined up like 5 or 6 wide.
Yeah.
But hopefully they can get another one of those.
It's gonna, you know,
watch out for 17, man.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
showing
They
some speed late in the year last year.
and the 17 likes big courses. So and Guntersville is a big course.
Hop will be in there too.
Yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
about Hop. I haven't heard anything about him all winter.
No, they've been a
Um,
little quieter than last
Was
year.
he even at the testing a couple weeks ago?
I don't know. They didn't get the live stream working, so I didn't really get to
Oh, that's
to
right.
see a
That's
bunch
right.
of what happened. There was some pictures, but most of it was from H1.
Yeah.
Has anyone heard if the Kraken's still supposed to be making?
think
Oh,
they're
the
supposed to be.
Kraken's supposed to be there.
They're
I
supposed to
think
be
so.
Awesome.
Is
That's
Dave
cool.
is Dave driving?
John Griggs.
John's driving.
John Griggs driving. Yep.
Brown finally gets her.
So yeah, this will be the HRL, not the HRL, the challenge kickoff for the GPs. So
Yeah.
it's everyone's going to be pushing it. What's only GP20? Okay. Well, yeah, GP20 is not making it either. I guess they're waiting on engine parts from this new engine guy.
Yeah.
That everyone won. That 3 boats teams have won to.
Yep.
Oh, Mahan will be down there.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
I almost
so we
forgot
got
about that.
Mahan. Yep.
Hopefully they got that thing running better than last year. I mean, I suspect they will. It looked like a little bit of a demon to drive the couple times I watched it.
Yeah.
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 Looked
Should be
fast in a
fun
straight
having-
line, but
Should be fun having Bobby King and Jimmy King back battling it
Yeah.
out.
is
Jimmy,
I know they
what's
had
Jimmy King driving?
The
the 3.
Mayhans.
Isn't Dylan Ronnie supposed to be driving
They
that?
had them both. They had them both listed.
They had
Uh,
Jimmy for the thing they posted on GPA today or yesterday.
Okay.
Could be wrong.
Damn, Dylan got fired already.
I mean, Jimmy drove it last year.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. There's a lot of GPs out there. So
Yeah.
It's
I mean, I think a lot of them last year. A lot of the GPs had issues and probably didn't get the season they were necessarily looking for. I mean, unfortunately, in GP with limited events, it doesn't take long, especially in a 3-race challenge series. You can kind of really put yourself in a hole early. But
yeah.
hopefully, we don't have 4 or 5 boats put themselves in a hole. early this year.
It's kind of you got the 3-race GP challenge going on. Not a lot of GPs have been out testing before. I mean,
No,
79 just got put together.
I haven't seen
this
any
past
GPs
week or
testing,
so.
other than the 2 and 2 and the 35. Those are the only 2
Yeah.
I've actually seen test.
Haven't heard anything about 71. Haven't heard anything. 79 just got put back together. 17 just got put back together. Actually, it's got them painted. Looks really good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't think.
To be fair, I don't
anyone's
know
really
that a ton
tested.
of them made a bunch of changes. I mean, we didn't see much.
Well,
in
you
GP.
got the 79, the 71, both the new engine
Well,
programs.
assuming the engines run the way they should. I don't know that you're looking at much of a difference, right? Obviously, you need to make sure the engines run, but
yeah.
we'll see. They get some. They should get a good amount of testing on Friday in Guntersville, isn't it? Isn't it like all testing?
They have testing. I think it's a couple
Testing and
different
qualifying
test
for
sections
Unlimited.
They are doing that
Oh,
on Friday.
Ed time trials for GPs. I
They doing
believe,
that Friday?
right? I think so. I think
I
that's
don't know.
what I
They
seen.
posted it. They posted that schedule a while ago.
Yeah.
I think it was.
They said Dave Lem just said the 15 tested at Chelan and the 20 at Tri Cities.
Oh, that's right.
The 20 tested?
I
But
saw
I-
the 15.
I heard the
saw a
20
picture of
wasn't
the
ready.
15 round of it.
Huh,
Maybe
I
they're
don't
just
know.
not making it out west or out east.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully they make it to.
Yeah, it'd be
Make
cool
it
to
to
see them in
Madison.
Madison.
Yeah.
The boat was moving when it went over in San Diego, man.
So was that air bottle.
Hmm?
So was that air bottle.
Yeah.
And then you got the outboards. We can't speak much on the outboards. I have no clue with F200s. I mean, they're tunnel
Yeah,
hauls, right? They're
I have
pretty
no
cool.
idea. I don't even know all the people.
Are they
racing
tunnel
them, though.
hauls?
The F200s?
Yeah.
Think so,
Okay. So that's
for
cool.
sure. Yeah, you'll have pretty much the whole range. I mean, minus like the kind of tri-hull style or the jet boats.
Yeah. That's cool.
I- you
Douglas
see-
really lost in thought.
Did you see that they did like a course mock-up? I don't know. I don't know if it was H1 or whoever posted it, but kind of showed the different courses. I think the marathon one was the only one not shown because obviously theirs is a little different. But
Yeah.
it looked like they had the super stocks, the GPs, and I would imagine the F200s all in a way where they ran them in the right order. They don't have to do a bunch of buoy moving. Actually, I don't think they would at all if they have them far enough out. I think usually like an H1 buoy's pretty close to the GP course, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I
So,
seen a few different layouts of the Guntersville course. I don't know. I'm not a fan of big circle courses, but it is what it is.
It'll be fast, that's for sure.
Oh, it'll be fast. The inside will definitely have. I mean, inside always has an advantage. Most courses, not at Valleyfield or tight courses, they don't. But on oval courses, nice oval courses, the inside always has the advantage.
Yeah.
All right, let's move to the big race, the Eastern Divisionals, APBA Eastern Divisionals, Decatur, Illinois. At
first
Hardy's
stop of the Chase
Highway.
and Tails Challenge.
Yeah, first stop the Chase
Mhm.
and Tails Challenge. Let's go.
Ooh.
So we got 1 liter mods, 2.5 stocks, two and a half mods, maybe 350.
You'll probably have at least a step up. You'll have. I know Bartles is coming, and
Oh,
then
okay,
you should have a couple step ups.
Okay. Then you got National Mod, maybe
Yeah, I don't know.
I think so.
Maybe.
GNH. No.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see
Skiffs.
on that
Oh,
one.
we got skiffs too.
Should
that's
be a
good.
lot of
Yeah.
skiffs.
But no,
Yeah,
I
it's gonna
heard some skiffs dropped out.
We're gonna have like six.
Six.
Ah,
Huh.
Should have the
still a good
Stewarts,
show. Still a good show.
Kitty Hawk, and oh wait, three of I don't know if all the Stewarts. I don't know if the Crabster's going, but maybe I could be wrong. And then the Kitty Hawk, Gunther, and Tanner Hood and George Sewell.
Nikki Harnack said National Mod. Yes.
Okay.
Sweet.
Will there
Sweet.
be a field of national mods? Is the question.
SESA.
GNH. Will there be a field of GNH?
They had both last year. Also,
GNH, yes. From Nikki.
National Mod. I know they had a field because
What'd you say? Kyle?
the bird set a record.
Yeah. Did they have SE and SA last year, or was it just one or the other?
I think they had both.
I think they had both.
I don't know if they had the mix or not, but
What's that?
SESA.
Oh,
They might have.
don't
I think
know.
they kind of think they had both last
They
year.
had quite a
actually.
few.
not
There was
sure.
quite a few flat bottoms. I mean, you kind of gotta like go up to them to really know which
I
one's SE
personally
and
don't
they
know
really.
the difference.
I don't
No,
know
it's
the
good.
difference
Oh,
either.
I'm
SA
guessing
is faster. SA is faster than SE.
I think you forgot to mention 350 too.
Oh, I didn't say 350.
Did you?
Yeah.
Mm,
Oh, it's gonna be some good racing. I mean, 2.5, 350 are gonna be super competitive this weekend. And
Yeah.
then, I mean, Skiff's gonna be competitive. It always is, even with six, 7 boats. They're that's the best thing about the Skiffs. There's always a race going on. It doesn't matter which part of the course it's on.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's see. 1 liter mods. I mean, I don't know. You don't need to tell me all who's coming. I'm just throwing some names out there. people I do know. So we got Dave Lem coming out, 1 liter mod. We got Katie Brown. We have Fast Eddie with, I think, Grant Liddycoat drive. No,
No.
I don't know who's driving it.
No
So
idea.
I'm not sure.
I mean, maybe.
I
don't
think
know.
it'll be there. I know Scott Liddycoat's going to be driving the Shenanigans. I'm not sure who else will be there.
Mellowick,
Oh,
probably.
Sean Bowser.
Sean Bowser.
Sean Bowser will be there.
I thought you were
He
talking
better
about
be
who's
there.
driving Seckler's boat, not like what other one.
Oh no.
Yeah, Bowser's gonna be there. Mellowick's gonna be there.
Well,
Oh,
I'm gonna take
Elijah
a
Smith
wild
said I'll
guess
be
since-
playing with the 1 liter mod this weekend. So,
So
that means
Eddie
Eddie.
Canfouche is driving Fast Eddie.
So if Eddie doesn't win, is it not Fast Eddie? He's
Get
got
the
a lot.
Sharpie ready.
He's got a lot of
Slow Eddie.
pressure leading up to this. If he drives Fast Eddie and he doesn't win, do we nickname him Slow Eddie from now on?
Yes.
I mean, that's a lot of pressure there, bud. It's a lot of pressure.
Hope all the pipes are welded.
We gotta get Miles to if he doesn't win, call him that. That'd be funny.
Slow Eddie.
Yeah,
Slow
he
Eddie.
might just do it anyway.
That's
gonna
I
be a
don't
good
know.
battle.
Hopefully Tim Collins got his engine builder, who is the owner of the Fast Eddie, to rebuild his engine and
Yeah.
figured out his skid fin issue from last year. Because when you're going down the straightaway and you're holding it all the way to the right, and you can't go right anymore. So if you overturn the turn, you're going inside the course. Then you got to slow down, let the boat straighten up. Pain in the ass. Pain in the ass.
I suspect those two will obviously be out front. I mean, those boats are so fast. Eddie,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Eddie obviously a talented driver, and Scott's a talented driver.
Yeah.
But it would be interesting to see what the 45 and Sean can do. I know Sean. I think Sean even missed a heat last year because he was so busy. Hopefully he doesn't. Hopefully he's able to put a little more time into the boat this year and then be
Got a
ready to
new
go.
engine too.
Did get a new engine. Yeah, I saw he
Yep.
fired that up last week.
I don't know. I want it mixed up this weekend. I want to see Dave Lem and Katie Brown.
Well,
let's see what
it's
they
Brad
can do.
Sanchez driving.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, Brad Sanchez driving.
Okay. So yeah, let's see those boats mixed up there. I think the
Yeah.
45 is pretty fast. I think Dave Lem's boat's fast. So
Yeah.
Is
So
that
that'd
be-
the
it'll-
purple and orange one?
Yeah,
yeah,
really
yep,
bright one.
Yeah.
Which I think it looks the same this year. Pretty sure. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, at the bare minimum, if you do see those two boats that were out front last year, the 18 and the one, or I guess maybe it's the one and the 40. I don't know who won last year.
I don't know.
You should have a good battle.
The Fast Eddie won last year with
Yeah.
Jeff Bernard.
So yeah, the one. So does that mean Timmy's 41? Is that what it was before?
Tim's is 41. Yep.
So you should have a good battle between the other three, if those two do pull out in front.
Runway.
I think that's it. Are there any other ones? Oh, 40. Yeah, 40 will be in there. Reed's
40.
been-
Scott.
Reed
No,
or
Reed's
Scott,
driving
yeah.
now.
Reed.
Yeah,
Yep.
he
Reed.
did well in Edgewood. I think he won Edgewood.
I know he
I like
got a heat
listening-
win.
What's that?
That's for sure. I know he got a heat win. So
Yeah. So that would be cool. The 80's not coming.
I'm not sure. I'm not. I don't.
Well, I guess John
Got it.
usually drives that, and John's gonna be down in Guntersville.
Yeah.
That sucks. That'd be cool to have them out there.
Let's go on 2.5.
Chris Ritz.
Chris Ritz.
Is Chris?
He blew up his
that's what
engine.
Nicky said.
Blew up his engine.
Yeah,
Is he
I
gonna
haven't heard
make it?
anything since Edgewood.
Nicky
Is
said
he going to
Chris
make it? He
Ritz.
blew up his engine.
Nice.
And the
Kyle and
answer-
Austin are both driving. They're
Yeah.
splitting heats, splitting days or something. I don't know
Yeah.
what they're doing.
Austin drives Saturday. I'll drive Sunday.
Rock, paper, scissors. So 2.5 stocks. Let's go. We got a couple fast boats from the West Coast. Tandemed
they're on
up
top
on
of each other
on
right now.
an engine that
they're getting
doesn't
hauled out
sound
here
too
together.
good. That doesn't sound too good. But yeah, they're double decking.
Yep.
You got the Monkey Business, and I don't know
They-
Kyle.
Bose goes
Davenport's-
Bantam.
It's what?
Bose
Bosgaz.
Bosgaz Bantam.
So they're headed out. They're headed out. I seen it was thanks to Austin Earfeet for letting them use a double decker trailer, so that's pretty cool. Who else is going? Grant Hearn,
There's a lot.
Grant was
I
fast in
made an
Cambridge.
entire list.
the S35.
Is Kreitzer going to be there? Kreitzer should be there, right?
Undetermined.
Undetermined. Fickert?
At least they didn't answer to.
Wilson's going to be there, right?
Yes. Would you guys like me to just read the list?
Yeah,
If
go
Yeah,
ahead.
that'd
Read the list. Help us out, so we don't.
We
Look
got the
like idiots.
S35 with us, S20 with either Christina Wilson or Brandon Zemak driving. I'm not totally sure. S2 of Dennis Wright, the 429 Matt Couchet, 341 of Woody Plescott.
I forgot what he was coming.
I don't think Talarsik's coming anymore.
Yeah, he said he was going to be in Guntersville
Yeah.
on Facebook the other day.
Why?
The 12 with Grant driving,
Helping the
the
15.
1 with Kyle Davenport, and Grant Hearn.
So
14.
Was that 8 or 9?
1, 2, 3,
Helping the
4,
50.
5, 1, 2, 3,
What 50?
5, 6, 7, 8. 8.
8.
Not the 15. I
Oh,
think.
oh, okay.
That's
Oh,
what he
I
said,
don't know.
not 50.
Well, that's.
I wonder if they're
cool.
going to run 2 qualifiers with 8 or if they're just going to stick us all out there.
I don't know, Nikki. What are you guys going to do? Going to be
I don't know if
2
Nikki will be
qualifiers
the
of
one to
4 or
decide
1
that, but
qualifier of 8?
might be like the referee.
So how many Hondas are going? You got three that I can count. You guys,
I think
Grant
3.
Hearn,
That's Grant
And
Hearn
Woody.
and Woody. Let's go.
Hopefully the 64 shows up.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Throw another one in there.
Oh yeah.
It'll be interesting. I mean, you got Grant Liddycoat in the 12.
Yep.
You got Davenport in the 1, and Hearn. Hearn was quite a bit faster than we were in Cambridge, but I think we got quite a bit more in it. Wasn't needing to push super hard, but I mean, Grant looked really, really fast in Cambridge. I know the
Yeah.
one, the first, I think his first heat, it might have been his second heat. He was only 2 seconds off of John's
Kreitzer is
fastest
going.
time. Kreitzer is going?
Yeah.
Sweet. So we got 9. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be biggest class of the weekend. Less flat bottoms put out more, which is totally possible. They can show up in bunches.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think wasn't it last year there was a lot of hype around flat bottoms all
Yeah.
over the country wanting to go to Decatur.
Yeah.
How many
So-
showed up?
There was 10-ish.
It was a good
Re-
amount.
Pretty
Really?
close. Pretty close, I think.
Huh.
I can't remember if they ran them all together or if it was SE and SA.
I
I
think
remember there
Nikki
being a
said
big line
separate.
of them over on that one side, one part of the pits
Yeah,
Had
I'm
them
not
all kind
sure.
of put together.
So
It'll be 2.5. It'll be interesting. I mean, we've talked about it before, but this weekend's the first weekend you're really going to see in the limited inboards, the fighting for lanes, 2.5 stocks. You're certainly going to see it. You're going to see
Oh,
it in
yeah.
350s, skiffs. I don't think they really fight for lanes much in flat bottoms, do they?
who?
Flat bottoms, do they fight for lanes?
No. They really. I mean, they do a little bit, but nothing like a hydro.
So that will. I mean, I want to say that's going to determine a lot of the races, but that's going to be a big factor, and everybody's going to go into the heats.
I mean,
Focusing
when
on
Paul Fitzgerald shows up with his yellow flat bottom, everyone's just like, "Pff, go ahead, take lane
Dustin
1.
kicked his ass last
See you
year.
Huh? Who did?
Dustin.
Dustin did?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, really?
Dustin won like everything last year.
Did he?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, where was I?
Yeah, he won. I seriously, I don't know if he lost 8 last year.
Damn.
Ain't that thing moving?
So apparently we have one true mod coming. I think I read.
They're not
Carl.
splitting the 2.5s, putting them all out there.
All out there together.
All
All
9.
right.
All 9.
Fun. Well, in some ways, that takes I guess even if they had split it in half, they weren't going to not throw them all out there for the final. But you don't have to.
Yeah.
That first heat, that takes a little bit of you can kind of go out there and push it a little bit on your start or something. Try to really get a dial a timing mark in. If you jump, you jump.
Yeah.
Dad was talking to me about that last night. He's like, you can't let them jump in the first heat if they have eliminations. I'm like, I know, I don't. Can't really stop them from doing it, but I'll do my best.
Yeah,
So don't
Austin,
jump,
don't
Austin.
jump.
Nope. See, I don't know who the true mod is. So it's kind of.
It's Bartles. Did you not?
Oh, no, I didn't.
I said it like 4 times.
There's your sign.
So yeah, I think you'll have them. Assuming there's full heat, we'll be able to have legal class. We'll step up, get some more heats in. I think Couché
Couché.
maybe.
Couché
20
might show
maybe.
up, so that could be 10.
He will show up. He's
He's gonna be there.
He's just probably.
Was he on the list?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's 2.5 stock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
And then-
talking about step ups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Well, he's
mod.
talking about who's gonna be there for mods.
Why step? I mean, it's cool because you guys step up. You guys, get more seat time, splitting a ride between 2 drivers. But really, 2.5 mods just need to step up at 350s. That's all there is to it.
We don't need
I
to
mean,
get in this tonight.
Don't
That's
make
a
me
whole
start.
episode.
Save that for another night.
We got other plans.
I do.
tonight.
I do because me and Austin are gonna stay out of this one. Bob, who is your pick for 2.5 stock this year or in this weekend?
I'm gonna split it between 2 boats. 2 boats. The S14 and the S35. I know we don't usually pick, but I don't know, man. Those Hondas, they were just running like bad out of hell at Cambridge. So
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see him with the West Coast boats. Like the West Coast boats are the one on a people would like to point out that the Fords on a big course will be at a disadvantage, but I think those guys they're used to running on the big course and they're gonna have the setup ready to go, and they both were there last year.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. I mean, it's always hard to tell watching on a video, but the one heat that they did get in Chelan, Davenport was cooking.
yeah, Davenport's really fast.
We'll see. Like I said, I mean the pre-race is always seems like a lot of times you lose somebody in the pre-race, and whoever gets that inside lane, they're going to be a factor. As long as they don't blow that start, they're going to be involved in the heat, and from there it's a slugfest. I was looking the other day. I think we're gonna have, unless it's changed, low wind, sunny both days. I hope it
That's
does change.
sweet.
A bit windy Sunday now, but mainly
Yeah.
just gusts.
We can live with
What's
that.
new?
So 350. Let's see.
You want the
We
list?
got. Yeah, go ahead. Name the list. Sound
We
off.
are looking at the 3 of Kip Brown, the 40 of Dylan Goodell, 52 Paul Barber, 55 Rob Becky, the 80 of Geronimo or Kyle Johnson, 97 with Grant, the 100 with Tony Black, and the 323 with Carl Adams.
All right. So we
7,
got
8.
8 boats, 8 350s. All
Hmm.
right. So yep.
Paul was wicked fast in Cambridge, and I suspect will be wicked fast again this
I
weekend.
mean, Paul
Kip's gonna
at
be fast in the
Cambridge,
3.
won the GOAT trophy.
Yeah.
Because
You got to pick
he
out a
was-
picture. Is that
he
that
was
one that has a
goated that
picture
weekend.
or no?
No, not this one.
No picture
This
on that
one.
one.
This one just has Paul sitting up here. Or did we figure out this was Jack sitting up here? The GOAT.
It's whoever
We're
wins
gonna
it
we're
that
gonna
week.
name him
Yeah.
Jack. We're naming him Jack.
Damn, we're gonna have one hell of a pick after this weekend between Unlimited, Grand Prix, and
Yeah.
all of Decatur to pick a goat.
Go
That's,
set it on fire. Someone's got to go just fucking set the track on fire, set the course on fire, and go. So I if I'm going to pick a 350, I'm going to pick Paul Barber. I think between Paul Barber and Kip Brown, I think those two are going to have a showdown.
Hopefully 4 heats of just deck to deck.
Yeah, that would
which
be-
I think
that would
is
be
entirely
pretty sweet.
possible.
I was kind of hoping the game on would show up,
Yeah,
or
I feel
But
like
I thought
they
the
still
306
could.
was going to show up. I don't know if they were, and then they backed out. But
They They were and then not able
The
to.
30 the
Yeah.
306
Give
called
it
me
for
and
sale.
asked me if I could make Decatur, and I was like, "No, guys, I wish." So they said they're not going to go. I would love to drive that boat. But yeah, no, I think Kip Brown and Paul Barber, they'll go at it all weekend. You'll have Grant Liddycoat still trying to get comfortable in that boat. Yeah, Rob Becky, he'll mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, hopefully both of them are.
Then
are
you have Kyle
pushing-
Johnson just hanging it out there at a mile and a quarter.
Never mind. he said-
Yeah, dude. That boat ride is I'm ready to see it again.
They weren't there last year, were they?
I don't think so.
Dude,
I don't remember.
that thing has like you said, the craziest boat ride.
I mean, come
And
on,
on-
man. If you can
on
hang
that
it out at
big-ass
Mott,
course,
if
I
you
hope he
hang
keeps
it,
that
if
thing
you
down.
hang it down the whole front stretch at Mott Lake, can you imagine what it's going to do in a mile and a quarter?
Oh, it's gonna be
I'm
crazy.
terrified.
I
to
think
watch.
Kyle Johnson's going to earn his pilot wings.
Keep it on the water.
He's got to
the
keep
sake
it on
of
the
that
I know
water,
they.
man.
I know they've
No.
been working on some stuff to try and help keep it down. I hope
Yeah,
they got
yeah.
something
They
figured
got a
out.
4-blade prop, and guess what? The 4-blade prop's for 1 mile, not a mile and a quarter.
Yeah.
So they're not even going to try to run it.
I bet that thing's gonna be moving.
Don't
be
be
awesome.
moving.
No, it's gonna be a good battle. I want to see the 97 and the 55 push up there with Kip and Brown, or Kip
Yeah.
and Paul. I think you're gonna see a good battle between the 80. You're gonna have the 323 in there. Who am I missing? Else?
Goodell.
40 will probably be
Kyle
pushing up there
Adams.
with Grant and Rob too.
You know
Tony
what?
Black.
You know what? I
He's got
think
the 350 back out.
I think if Kyle Johnson can keep it on the water, I think he might be fighting for a third.
Think so? Does need to
I
keep it on the
think
water.
so.
Yeah. No,
If
I
he
think
keeps it
Rand-
on the water, I think he'll
Rand
be
good.
fighting for a third.
I want
he-
to see him out of nowhere just.
He beat
Popping-
Goodell. He beat Goodell at Mott Lake.
I want to see him out of nowhere just pop in the lane 3 in the Eastern
Dude,
Divisional
that's
final.
it.
That'd be
That's it. That's
crazy.
all he has to do. If he can fight for lanes and if he can
He's got the best view in that bubble.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
You
the
can see
brand
so
new bubble.
much in that thing.
if he
It's
can get on the
panorama, man.
inside, if he can get on the inside of Paul and Kip, and that'll make things interesting.
That'd be nuts.
Just throw it lane 1 in the final. That'd be insane.
It'll be definitely be interesting to watch. I think at the bare minimum, I think you're gonna get a deck to deck battle up front, and then hopefully the 55, maybe the 80, 97, and the 40 have a good battle in there. And Carl,
Yeah.
I know Carl struggled a little bit in Madison last year. Did he come to Mott Lake as well? I don't know if he did.
I didn't see him
Hopefully he's got the thing running a little better this year. I was hoping St. Cyr made it.
Okay, real quick before we get distracted, couple things from Nikki Harnack. They had some posters made up for kids to come get some autographs in the pits. So
Sweet.
when you guys get a chance, sign some damn autographs for the kids. Get them up on the boat, take some pictures, make them happy. They loved it. If you have hero cards, bring them. I know we had them last year. We had a fat stack, and those things were gone like that. And it's so simple. It makes the kids' days. It makes parents' days.
Yeah.
Let's get them more involved with the races and keep this newly restarted race going for a long time.
Yeah, I know. Nikki and Sean been putting a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into.
Including a VIP night on Friday, 5 to 7 for all racers and teams.
See, that's what I'm talking about, Nikki. Good job. It's all about giving back to the racers. Like, I'm just playing.
And
No,
pizza
no,
pit
no.
party Saturday.
You
Just
know,
keep
and a
them
pit
coming.
party.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. It's all about getting the racers together, hanging out.
We're stacked.
'Cause who wants to? Is there someone in your room?
Just talking to the cat.
You're talking to the cat?
No, I was talking to Jillian, but
Oh, man. But no, it's cool when race sites do something like that to get the racers together because we do race each other. We travel all around the country, and it's nice where everyone can gather and hang out together. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, autographs for the kids. Make sure you guys do it. I do believe they plan on shutting the pits down here and there for fans to come in, just like last year when they were on a little delay. So that'll be pretty cool.
Yep.
what better than having face to face conversations with these fans when they come to support the races and watch this race while we're trying to put on a show for them, to just take some time out of your day and talk to them. It goes a long way, and it's pretty cool.
No doubt. Yeah, it was fun last year when they opened the pits up. I mean, I don't know if they'll be able to do it for an hour again. Hopefully they are able to make that much time in the middle of the day. But it was a cool experience. The pits were packed, man. There's so many people.
And on the note of fans being in the pits, there's one more thing I want to bring up. Just for any of our Canadian friends coming down or anyone that's at their first race of the year, the prop cover is mandatory this year. Bring your prop covers. You do have to have those while in the hot pits. And it is a good idea just when the kids are around. If you don't take your prop off, make sure it's covered. Let's not have any stupid incidents.
And I was reading the rules today. If you're not working on the boat, you're not holding a boat, you're not doing anything with the boat, you're just in the pits, you're allowed to have flip-flops on. You don't have to have closed-toed shoes. I read that rule today. I read that rule. So all those people giving me crap about wearing flip-flops at the driving school, I wasn't touching a boat. I wasn't driving a boat. I wasn't working on a boat. So I'm going to wear my damn flip-flops. So anyway.
Hey, all she said was you had to have your toenails painted.
Man, I ain't painting my toenails.
Again, you mean?
What? So
you're picking 350, Bob.
350 and picking.
Between the two.
I don't know, man. Between Kippers and Paul.
Don't pick Paul.
Paul, I'm not going to do it to you, buddy. I'm picking Kip. Not doing that. I'm not being responsible for that. But I'm picking Kip. Either way, I think it's going to be a good fight between both of those. I'm not trying to down talk anyone else in the class. It's just
I hope Liddyco gets in the mix. That'd be cool. I know they struggle with a little bit of boat issues the first weekend and only really got 2 heats in, and plus the 1 or 2 in Cambridge or in Edgewood.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Scott mentioned some mods on it, so we'll see what it's got.
I don't know. How much can you change after just watching a boat run a couple times?
I don't know, but we'll see. I did also hear they had their B engine.
Oh, we have graded engines now.
Yeah.
A engine, B. How do you know if it's B if you only ran like twice? Hey, did you switch engines, or you just say, "Hey, this is the B engine"? Or is this the A engine?
We'll see what happens.
Were they dyno tested?
Grant was running good there with Fred and Eric. I think Eric was a little underperforming a little to his standards the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But he was running good with Fred for 3 laps, 4 laps. So we'll see what that thing's got.
All right. Skiffs.
Did you have the list of skiffs?
I got the JS45.
JS45.
That's my pick all season.
Sam and Jerry.
Actually, no, it's not. No, it's not. I got a pick for Madison. Florida boys are coming up, so I'm switching my pick for Madison.
But yeah, we got JS45 with Sam and Jerry, the JS10 with Jimmy and Peg, the 721 with Dallas, and hold up, I have his name. Where is it?
Damon Austin. Supposed to have this shit on deck.
Never mind, I don't have his name. I don't know where it went. One of the guys on their crew. I can find it, but then the JS23 with Kevin Gunther and Nicholas Wheeler, and the Kitty Hawk with also unknown. I can't.
Bob, you know who drives that?
The what? The who?
Kitty Hawk.
What's the Kitty Hawk?
It's a
The
skip.
JS11
No, that one's new this year, I think. Well, new
this year, last year.
person, but I don't know what the Kitty Hawk is.
Guess we'll find out.
What's up with people naming their
I agree with
boats
you, Bob.
after
Though
cats?
I'm picking the 45 until I see otherwise. That thing's looks so good.
I'm picking
since
the
end of
45.
The last two.
I'm gonna
last
call
couple
it now.
races last year.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and call it now. But if the Florida boys show up in Madison, there's going to be some ass kicking going on.
That'll
So,
be fun to watch.
oh, dude, I'm telling you, they're going to be fast. But yeah, I got the 45 this weekend. I'm picking
Jimmy's
them.
got to have something up his sleeve though.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
He said, "You know what, guys? After the last couple of races, we're doing 50 or 25% on the 45, 75% on the 10." Well, I guess outside of the other ones, because he's doing work on the other ones too, I'd imagine.
Oh,
Mike
yeah.
Probola.
Oh, yeah.
Is
Mike who?
JS11.
Mike who?
Probola.
Trubola. Oh,
Probola.
Probola.
all right.
That's what
I don't know.
Mom said.
I haven't heard.
All right. So
Well, I guess we'll see.
wraps it up for Decatur. Good luck, boys.
I would do the flat bottoms, but I don't know who's gonna be there. And I quite frankly, if Dustin Daly or Paul Fitzgerald are there, it's gonna be one of those two.
Dustin Daly or
Until-
Paul Fitzgerald.
Till I see
Those are my picks.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go on to the driving school. Springfield, Ohio, APBA, Champions Lake Driving School was badass.
Yeah, it was.
It was cool. You know, me and Kyle, Austin was there the whole time. Me and Kyle got down there right as the class was getting over, but it was really cool to watch. Just the excitement, pure excitement out of these people's faces when they got out of the boats. I mean, one guy he was screaming, yelling when he still had his air mask on, trying to get out of the boat. He freaking loved it. So it was really cool. Hats off to Tony Black, Tom Newman, Scott, Jake, all those guys, Sherelle, all those guys who helped put that thing on. It is really cool. They do a very, very professional job. And I know Team Newman has been heading up this driving school program for a while now. And, you know, I've never been there to see it. You know, unfortunately, they're not their fault, but APBA hasn't been doing that great of a job advertising it. But so I haven't seen it much. So when we were down there to see it and actually be around it, it was really cool. They do a great job. I can't give it enough credit.
Yeah.
What
And
did you guys think?
that setup they've got down there is just perfect for it. I mean, you got the building or the classroom, whatever you want to call it, right
Yeah.
there. And then you drive quarter mile, and you're still in the
Yeah.
same facility, and you're in the pits. Lake's right there.
Yeah.
But no, like you said, it's first time I've gotten to see it. You know, I've seen bits and pieces of it here and there, but actually getting to be down there and on hand with it, it was really cool. One, to see all the work, like you said, like Team Newman and all those guys put into it. But the excitement and like the attention from the guys doing it, it was, I don't know. I've gotten to see boat racing my whole life before I got in the first time, so I was super excited. But like watching those guys get out of the boat after going out there, and a couple of them, they even got real excited on the radio. Fortunately, we were sitting right there and we're able to hear it. It's really cool to see somebody that's never been behind the wheel, or I know a couple of them have been to races and been around the races a bit, but some of them I would imagine haven't really seen much of it before.
There was one kid there that before that he has never seen a hydroplane before.
Braxton.
He had Braxton. He had someone that kind of sponsored him through it, signed him up for it, and he was big in the sim racing. A guy wanted them to try it, signed him up, and god damn, he's on the
That's
radio just
So
this is awesome.
So
It was
Tony
amazing.
Black was on the radios with him, and Tony Black doesn't have a headset plugged in, right? So he's talking to Braxton coming around the corner, and then he's coming back down the straightaway. Tony's like, "You're doing really good. You're hitting your turns real good." And Braxton comes on the radio, "Damn straight I am." So it was real cool. That dude was just excited. He's like, "Damn straight I am. This is effing awesome. Thank you so much." Like while he's running the boat, you know, he's saying all that. So
I don't
that was
even
pretty
talk that
cool.
much on the radio.
Dude, you don't talk at all on the radio.
Exactly.
What are you
Yeah, so
talking about?
it's pretty cool. He's like, "I'm going home and I'm getting on Hydro Sim." Like
Yep.
he fell in love with it. So, but no, there was a good number of people who went through the
15
driving
people.
school. 15 people. Uh, you had people from Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, all over, and
I saw a Utah license plate pulling out of there, and
really.
I don't know if maybe somebody came in, rented a car, or
Oh, who knows?
well, I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't catch his last name, but you had Kyle from Madison. I think he's going down to Guntersville this weekend. You know, he's following the circuit. He loved it. He's thinking about bringing his I think he said his wife next year.
Yep.
So that's cool. And
Had
then
two people from Egret's team.
two
Yep.
people
That
from
was
Meekrit's team. You
awesome.
had a
Yep.
couple people from Waterford, Michigan, who used to
Yeah.
go to Quake on the Lake, and
Live
they
right
seen
down the road and
yeah, they seen the advertisement, so
no
they wanted
idea.
to go. Uh, People seen the advertising at Autorama, the car
Yep.
show in Detroit, so that's why they came down.
Yeah, it was
So
cool.
we're gonna start pushing this driving school throughout the year on Chasing Tails and try to get some more participation down there. And
and
also,
help if you are a racer, you have knowledge, or you just have an able body and you got the
yeah,
weekend free. I know those guys would love some
yeah,
extra hands.
yeah. Um, and also, I if I would have known this before, I would be preaching this. So I'm gonna preach it all summer into the winter up until the next driving school. If you have a boat for sale, there is no better place to sell it than this driving school. People are getting out of these boats just thrilled and excited with adrenaline pumping. They will write you a check on the spot right there. So bring your boats for if you have a boat for sale, bring it to the driving school. It I mean, I don't think I need to say more.
It's
It's
better
this,
than sitting it in the garage.
yeah, yeah. But it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Tony Black and Team Newman do a really good job at putting that on. And Tony Black has a lot of driving history behind him. He's done a lot in the sport. He's given back to the sport. Uh, so I'd like to thank him because you know he's got some people in that driving school to come out and buy boats, and you know like he preaches at the driving school. He's not just helping them at the driving school when they get into a boat at buy their own boat. He's also going to be there to help them. I mean, with that being said, pretty much anyone else at the race will help too, but that's that man's mentality. He's there to help, he's there to teach, and he's going to continue if you get into a boat. So hats off to Tony Black. That is really cool. I give him a lot of credit, and he does help out the sport a lot. Him and Tom Newman and Team Newman.
One thing that was I noticed doing all the interviews is it when we asked everybody if something surprised them, and like a couple of people, obviously said the raw speed, but the common theme was the way the boats turn, and those, they're driving. I think those were all pre-2000 boats, right? I mean, they got to be
Oh,
well before on a
uh,
couple of them.
yeah, definitely.
I don't know when the Rock was built. I don't remember seeing it.
The Rock was probably late '80s, early '90s.
Yeah, that's what I
probably
figured.
late '80s. I want to say.
So I mean, they'd be shocked at what you get now in a boat. But even those, I mean, especially the My Way, that thing hooks up on the fin, throws a
yeah,
50-foot rooster tail.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I was looking over the My Way. Yeah, Chef Bernard and them out west definitely did a good job restoring that boat and putting it back to what it used to be,
yeah,
and they did a
sounds
pristine
awesome.
job. I mean, it's been probably 10 years now, and it's still in really good shape. I mean, Team Newman's still keeping up on it.
Mhm.
But just looking at that boat, because the My Way, I mean, all three of those boats, the Southern Comfort, the My Way, and the Rock, have been rode hard and put away wet. And but no, they're all good. Even if when there was a problem throughout the weekend, problems here and there with the boats, Team Newman jumped right on it to
Yeah,
fix
dude,
it.
they
So
hopped in, were moving parts around a couple times
yeah,
to get one boat or the other. Obviously with different size drivers, the 8 kind of suited anybody that was bigger.
Yeah.
And then I think the My Way was pretty tight, and then the Rock was really tight because Rock's got like a massive seat insert in it, and
Yep.
they were, but I mean, they were rifling people off no problem, especially after the first couple.
yeah.
I
It
will
was.
say that tower that I was sitting on at the other end, that thing was sitting there swaying. It was like, I don't know, 20 feet up. Thing was just sitting there swaying back and forth up top. I was like, I hope this thing doesn't fall over.
I couldn't see it from where we were at on the other side of the lake there, but was it just a wood structure?
No, it
Yeah.
wasn't wood. It was like little
Uh,
I don't know what you call it. Those like little 90-degree flat
Angle
pieces. Yeah, angle bar, whatever it is.
metal.
It was just
Yeah.
made out of that, and then had freaking plywood nailed in up top, climbed up on top, was
Get
just
it
hanging out.
going. That's what
Dude, it
I'm talking
was.
about.
I was sitting there feeling its way back and forth. I was like, "This is ridiculous," but that was such a cool place to watch boats go by. I mean, obviously, we'll get into this in a few, but if you had a race there, you couldn't run them that close. It's like they were, I don't know, 30 feet away.
Technically,
It's shallow or sorry, it's deep enough, but
yeah.
they where the course was set up, you would move it for sure, in my
Whoa,
opinion.
whoa, 30 feet away. Let's not get into that. Look at Valleyfield. You're like 10 feet off.
Oh, I know, but there also was no outer course markers or anything on this one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it being up above it like that, I would equate it similar to like the start finish line at Valleyfield.
Yeah.
You're kind of looking looking down at them. Obviously, different spot right in the middle of the second turn, but
Yeah.
And the great thing about there is that's pretty much the whole way around the course. At
Yeah.
least the whole.
Yeah.
I guess
yeah, you're not
it'll
going to be up
probably
on
front
that thing
stretch
the
and
whole time, but
turn
it is
two.
angled down at the course everywhere.
Yeah, it's up like a bowl looking down in, and I mean that's great. I know Saturday there's a fair bit of wind, and it didn't seem to affect
Water didn't look like it at
Yeah.
all.
Water looked good, and it was. I mean, put it this way: tents were trying to blow away, and the water still looked good.
Yeah,
I mean, you tell me where that happens at.
Yeah.
Tell.
No.
It was funny that little body of water, because that little cove where where the pits were, it's like a very miniature version of Valleyfield, minus being on the, going out into the bay or whatever it is there, out into the river.
Yep.
You go out, you turn left. It reminded me of the same thing, just shrunk down a little bit.
Yep. All right, let's get into this. New potential race site, Springfield, Ohio, Champions Lake. Hands down, could be one of the best races around. Are you going to go put a mile and a quarter course on there? No. Are you going to put a certified mile on there? No. But who wants a certified mile when you're just going to get a parade with the inside boat anyway? This could be a venue that has great potential. You have, it's an old rock quarry, so 5 feet off the shore, you go straight down to 25 feet. You don't have to have your 200 or 250 feet buoys out of bounds markers from the shore, because it's shoreline, 10, 15 feet, 6-foot fence per our insurance. That's golden. You have a pits that could probably fit 150 boats in it. You have a pavilion there. They already have a deal with the crane company. 500 RV parking spots with electrical hookups. There's a bar on site with a mechanical bull.
so
Who doesn't want to go? Let's go. No, this place, like we said, the wind was blowing. You could have a phenomenal race there. You don't need to deal with DNR. You don't need to pull permits.
we
Guess
don't need,
what?
Yeah,
This
all
is
APBA.
this is APBA's lake. It is theirs. No one else can use it. We could put a race on there this weekend if we called up Dana Potts and said, "Let's have a race. Call the Cranes."
Yeah.
That's it. And they already have a following because they have had outboard races there. So they already have a fan following. He already has some spots sold. They're called tailgate spots. And the cool thing is they do like this tailgate competition there. And he says people really get into it. Like they have like each year people spent more money on their tailgate competitions. Like it's getting into thousands of dollars now, how much these people are going out to try to win this competition. One what he calls it corporate spots, tailgate spots. One corporate tailgate spot, they became friends with an outboard racer and talked them into bringing their spare boat to set it up at their tailgate spot so they could win the competition.
Yeah.
So this where Champions Lake is located, I believe it's the county fairgrounds, and the county fairgrounds holds 300 events there in a year. So they had the APBA has access to a billboard there. They have great advertising whenever they have events there. They put up signs for the next APBA event that's going on at Champions Lake, which is generally outboards. But we're going to try to push to have an inboard race there. I know we're going to have Dana Potts here on the podcast sometime soon. This is exciting. I love this place. I think it has great potential. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it's a place you got to see in person. The part that I'm sold on, and especially like if they can bring in those I even saw some of them laying around, those temporary grandstands, like what you'd find at a high school football stadium or high school soccer stadium, something like that. It's 180 degrees of the course is shoreline, where you can put grandstands, including the entirety of what would be turn 2, from not quite around to the entrance pin, but basically in line with the entrance pin,
And
all the way down to the turn 1 entrance pin.
there's already, like, I know someone brought up that they've been hearing that it's too small.
There's
It's
no
not.
way.
Dana already has 2 surveyed courses. Yes, one is
the
for
one's
a
really
full
small,
mile,
but
and then one is a little bit smaller. But
I heard the
we
one was
run
quite a
smaller
bit
all the
smaller,
time.
but still, like, you go anywhere in the middle. I mean, would it be sweet to have a 1 mile certified record course? Yes, for sure. But you cannot convince me being there that you cannot put on a good race. I truly think, especially with where the course is located, you move it over 100, 150 feet towards the other side of the lake, which gets you away from that point that was by the pits or where the pits were. And you could probably move it another 50 to 100 feet down the other way. And like you mentioned, Bob, with the way the shoreline is there, you don't need outer course markers way off. And we race at Valleyfield. You're what, 8 feet off the wall if you're on the outside?
10 feet off the wall. I mean,
yeah,
so
it would be absolutely no different there. And quite frankly, I don't know that you'd even have to get that close.
No, this place has a lot of potential, and like I said, we're gonna talk to Dana Potts. We're gonna get something going. You know, I don't know if we have to. We'll put together a committee. We'll get it going. It's needed there. It is APBA's lake, Champions Lake. I mean, we have to have an inboard race there. I mean, I don't know how to stress it enough. You know, I know we are littered with races right now, and a lot in Region 6 and East Coast and just APBA in general, but this is a place that has a lot of potential. And Dana, he doesn't want to go after just a small town sponsor. He wants to try to get a corporate sponsor.
Dude, there was possibly the biggest department store
that
I've ever seen in my life, right across the street, just
They
called
also
Gabe's. That was the biggest building I've seen in a minute.
There's also at least, I think, 1 or 2 companies surrounding that facility that have like an unspoken deal with him. Like, they were like, when you have a boat race, we're sponsoring it.
Yeah.
And it's been for all the
again,
outboards, and would do the same for inboards most likely.
Like Bob mentioned, if you have a little bit of a sponsorship infrastructure, which this place most certainly does, having 300 events a year. I mean, when we were there was some sort of horse show going on, and how many freaking trailers did you see? There was like 60, 70 trailers.
Money right there.
But you know, you take the fact that you don't have to, you know, line a bunch of pockets because you own the lake.
Yeah.
You know, you're paying rescue. You got a deal already, which I mean, you're going to pay the crane company. What
I mean, how many?
I don't know what
people,
else you really.
He's actually trying to get rid of that cost too. He has some
What's that?
deals for that.
How many people knew that APBA had a lake?
Exactly.
I mean,
I'm sure the inboard guys did, the outboard guys did.
Yeah. So let's get this going. We have a lake. We have at our disposal.
I think what we should consider, and if it's still happening again at Caesars Creek next year, I'm not opposed to that. But if test and tune at Caesars Creek becomes hard to do, I think this would be a great location. I think with the weather troubles that Caesars Creek's had early in the year at times, like this weekend showed, like I don't think you're going to run into that. And I think that would be an awesome dry run. I'm not trying to take test and tune away from Caesars Creek. If that's still going to be a thing, I don't think there's anything wrong with doing it there. But if there does become a need for a new location, I think that's a great location to do it.
Yeah, you already have a pit set up. I mean, pit set up with hard fence around at Champions Lake.
Yeah, what
Uh,
Champions League does is like the spots right down by the cranes, like they are limited. You can probably fit 20 to 40 boats down there within crane reach,
But then
depending
you
on how
have
many
that
cranes.
big field once you
You have
walk
that
up
big
from that
field. I
little
mean, we've
hill.
done it at numerous races. You get a couple tractors, you have a couple trucks running, and
Yeah.
pull
Come
them
to
in and out.
Hampton where we have to go like a quarter mile.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
it would.
So
It's got a. It's a. In my opinion, it's a rare. It's a rare site. Like you know, there's
Yeah.
usually an issue. You don't have enough viewing. You don't have enough pit space. The
it
body
has
of water is too small. I'd say that's the closest thing this one has to an issue is the body of water. But I really think if people went down there and looked at it, they would be like, yeah, we can definitely have a race here.
yeah. I mean, it checks all the boxes.
If
And
it is, go ahead, Bob.
you know, and people always want to talk about a record course. I hear that out of people who never set a record. I'm like, there's only a few boats in the country that can go set a record. So to try to cater to those few boats and always try to put on a place that have a place that'll have a record course, pointless. And it doesn't even make the best racing.
Here's my thing too. You look at other disciplines of racing, cars in particular. Do you ever really hear much about like the 2 mile record? No, I hear more about track records. That's usually what you hear in any kind of race. You hear about track records.
It's track record.
Next thing you know, you do that, and like this is a place where, like we said, with the weather, like I feel like any weekend you went there, like you don't have to be like, are we gonna have the conditions for it? Because the 1 day indicator last year probably would have been a little tough to set a record. I actually like as the day went on, I think when Andrew set the record, the wind had died down a little bit. He was able to give it a really good run, but earlier in the day, it might have been a little difficult, especially in a smaller boat. But this place, I don't think you'd ever run into that problem.
No,
I still go back to the fact that if you pair it with a good event, or I don't know the extent of what this like infrastructure of fans and sponsorship ability is and promotion is, but I from what I saw there, I'm guessing it's pretty damn good. If you could line that shoreline in people, you would have one hell of an event.
Oh, I think it would be awesome. I mean, they already have a following because of the outboard races there, and so Dana says he has a list of people who rent out these corporate tailgate spots to come watch. So right there, you already have fans. Then the great thing is to sell tickets, you don't have anyone dipping in the pocket from that revenue. You sell the tickets, it goes directly to the race site. It doesn't go to the park. It doesn't go to the city or Lions Club or anything like that. It's straight for boat racing. The Champions Lake is for boat racing. It's for APBA.
For me, that does two things. That makes having the race that much easier to where you're not worried like, are they going to have enough money to have the race? Like that, it makes the race, putting on the race, that much less stressful.
Yeah.
And if you are able to raise a good amount of money, that money could be funneled back to the teams. You know, it'd be cool to have like one of those big, not big, but big purse events a year where the winner's walking away with $1,000 or something like that.
Yep. Yeah,
that'd be sweet.
And talking to Dana, he has some vision of different things that you could do. Like we talked about, doing a invitational. Just to put different heats on the water to try to spice it up.
Yeah.
And then he talked about bracket racing, because I guess he has this big clock with different timers, and put one boat out, a smaller boat, and then a bigger boat, and then it's all timed. He can explain that a lot better than what I was about.
No, I think this could be one of those places where you could try things like that. I also think it'd be a great place to mix the inboards and the smaller outboards, whether it be tunnel boats or the I don't know, they got so many different names of those things, and quite frankly, half the time they all look the same to me, so I don't know what class they're in.
Just call them outboards.
Yeah,
there's a lot of them. Too many.
So yeah, I'm excited to talk to Dana more about that and see what we could do. We gotta find a way to get some people down there to see what it is and help spread the word that it is a good event. You can only do so much with picture and video, and you kind of got to be there to see the size of it and the way it looks. I never surveyed a course, never made a course before, but just looking at it and comparing it to some of the places we rate, in particular Mays Landing, Valleyfield, like if this one's too narrow, those ones have to be.
Bo was saying Richland is
yeah,
Definitely
I don't
smaller.
see how it's possible that, unless there's an optical illusion at this place, that it's not big enough to race at.
Whereas,
Again, you're not running a mile and a quarter. I don't know for sure. I still have some faith that you could squeeze in a full mile.
Dana said he plotted it out for a mile and it was doable.
Yeah.
Arguably tight, but
I
we're
mean,
not going to go 8 wide.
we
How many
don't
times
have
get
to
split
have to
5
have a
before?
record. We don't have to have a record course. We can have a long skinny course. We can have a teardrop course.
You want to
Look.
go 8 wide, then you have a 0.9 mile course, whatever.
But you know what? Mesa Landing's probably a 0.6 mile course.
That's what I'm saying. Like you,
It's put it this way. It's long enough for a race course. It's wider than Valleyfield. It's longer than Mesa Landing. It is. I don't even want to say doable anymore. It needs to have a race there.
Yeah.
And I'm very frustrated with inboard racing that we haven't had a race there yet when it is an APBA lake called Champions Lake.
well, I don't know how long they've owned that place.
It's been there for a few years.
Has it?
I know.
I'm just surprised
APBA's been
this is
there
the first
for-
time we've heard of it. Like, and some of that's, I don't know if they've been doing the driving school there the whole time. Some of that's on us for not going down and checking that out. But
Yeah.
I don't know how many people have heard of it.
I don't know.
It's definitely like that's why I'm saying, like, if that would be the best opportunity for people to get an idea is if it did become a need. That should be the first option to replace Caesar's Creek for testing.
we need to get all the information from Dana, and we need to get it put in HydroSim.
Yeah. If we can too, if we can get even on a separate occasion, get a couple boats, go down there and test, kind of prove that it's a doable course. Go set something
Dana
up.
said we can do anything down there, so it would. We're going to have him on the podcast, and he can go into much more detail about everything. He's super eager about this site and trying to get the word out there that we can have a race there, and very cool dude. So it'll be really cool having him on.
Mhm.
But so I think, does that wrap it up for the night, boys?
Yeah, should we do a little recap of each? Kind of go back through them. Turbo speed.
All right, let's see. Driving school, cool as shit. If you haven't done it, you want to get in a boat, go.
Yeah.
Tony Black and Team Newman, they all do a great job at doing it.
The people was the best experience. Seeing how excited people were.
Oh yeah.
If you don't believe in the driving school, I hope the interviews were able to give you guys an insight into how happy it makes people that participate. I hadn't seen anything to that extent about it until this year. But if you know anybody interested, tell them about it. APBA Hydro Experience on Facebook. Get in touch with Tony Black. Get in touch with us. Get in touch. There's a handful of people you can get in touch with. So get somebody down there.
Then we got Guntersville. Let's go. We got the first H1 race, the first the GPA HRL Challenge race.
Gonna have some outboards.
Get some outboards. So good
Some
luck to everyone
offshores.
going down there. Got Brandon's debut in the U6 with the
Mhm.
cowling.
With a Callan.
With
Yeah.
the cowling.
Dude, do you imagine if that fucker falls off in the first heat?
Dude, can you imagine if it doesn't make it to the race?
Oh. I think if that thing goes off again, you got to turn the boat back around.
You just turn around and go back.
Yeah,
Be
no,
like, we're
you're done.
scratching.
We're
We're
done.
scratching.
You make up some lie that the whole transom fell off. I don't know.
Yeah,
Hit a
would
pothole,
say, I would,
trailer
I
went
would
through the
say
bottom of the
something.
boat.
Ah, damn. No, so that's
I
cool.
think that will.
Uh,
I hope somebody finds that thing in Ohio or wherever it was. I hope somebody finds the other one. That'd be funny.
yeah, that would be great. But no, that's cool. They hopefully they figure out those RV spots down there. I hear they're scarce.
Yeah. I hope they're able to get through the whole event. I know last year, was it last year? No, they didn't run into the weather trouble last year. That was the year before. I hope boats are able to stay running. That was a big issue with especially the GPs last year. You got more classes this year with a couple different I don't know if we call it types of racing, but I guess in a way. So I don't know. Should be action packed. Hopefully this is their best year.
Yep. I mean, it's cool. You got a race down there. You got a race in Decatur, Eastern Divisionals, and both races you got the East and West coming to meet each other. So
Mhm.
that's pretty cool.
Mhm. People
I-
sitting at home are gonna have a treat this weekend, man.
Yeah, I mean, people are going to
Two
have
screens.
people are
ready to
going to
go.
have their computer
You know,
up, their
TJ's
cell
gonna be
phone
sitting
up.
there ready to go.
Yeah, he's got monitors set up around and popcorn and beer. No, it's going to be pretty cool. Decatur, I think Decatur's going to be really exciting.
Yeah.
I think it's going to do good, especially for the fans. A lot of fans, they're just happy Decatur's back. The
Yeah.
races are there again, so that's pretty cool. Maybe Sean and Nikki can get some sleep after this
Yeah.
weekend and relax a little bit. But hats off to them. I know they work their tails off. So, but Sean's retired, so he's got the time to do it.
I don't even know if
But,
you can call it retired if you retire and then throw a boat race.
Yeah, that's not really retiring.
Yeah.
Not really retired.
You're just not getting paid for your job anymore.
Whoa. Guntersville also has the Vintage Unlimiteds running. Can't leave out
Yeah.
Mark Webber. Can't leave
They're
out
gonna have
Mark
both
Webber.
of them this year.
I believe there's two going there.
Yep.
Cool. I
You
didn't
know
think
what
they,
would
I don't
be
think they had
cool?
both last year.
You know what would be cool? The Vintage Unlimiteds in the United States need to start traveling with the Unlimiteds. Like, you need the Atlas Van Line out.
That'd be
I
cool.
think that thing still runs, right?
I don't know.
I
know that they had the bird all out recently, I think.
Like, whatever happened to the Verners Unlimited? I know it would come to some races in Michigan.
Dude,
to
it
try to
might
get
be in
going.
Bardish's shop. I don't know.
I
He's
bet
got
you
like-
he does.
He's
That
got
thing
like
is pretty
12 of them.
cool.
I don't even know
Yeah.
if we saw the whole thing.
Probably not. But that's cool. So yep, Eastern Divisionals, Decatur. That'll be a good show. So you guys got to go out there and kick some ass.
Yeah, boat racing fans. I mean, it ain't gonna be hard to find this weekend. Tune into Facebook. It's gonna be on Chasing Tails. Decatur boat races, Hardy's Highway race for the league, H1 Unlimited, Grand Prix America, Hydrobrand Racing League. I'm sure there'll be some in some of the outboard pages because you got those down in Guntersville. But if you don't see any boat racing this weekend, you were actively trying to not find it.
Right.
We got,
Yeah.
from what I can tell, mostly good weather. We got two really big events. It's gonna be action packed. We're gonna. have
You
a lot to talk
got
about next
so
week.
many categories running in one weekend at two locations.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's even more.
It's going to be a lot. And if I go up north, I don't generally have service there. So
Yeah, you'll have to figure that one out.
figure it out.
We'll
I'll
figure
have
it
to.
out.
I'll have to call the cable company there and get it hooked up for the weekend.
see if they got smart TV, man. That's the best way.
Yep. So, well, good luck to everyone there. Safe going this weekend. Safe travels. I know a lot of Unlimited and GP teams are already heading Guntersville. I know. The Fast Eddie and the Shenanigans is already in Decatur.
Shit, they've been in Decatur for a week.
Yep, they almost beat Sean there.
I know Dave Lim said the boat's a couple hours out.
Okay.
Sweet.
Okay.
Sweet. So,
Kiss
yeah, I'm
and
sure.
baby
I'm
are
sure
on
you
their
already got a
way.
couple boats rolling into Decatur, and just be it that you got guys coming from out west, and then I'm sure there's already people down in Guntersville.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed that some HRL boats show up at Decatur. Just
Yeah.
just popping up. We're
Just
here.
pop up there. That'd be
That
cool.
would be pretty cool. That'd be
That
awesome.
would be
Yeah.
cool. So, yeah, like Bob said, safe travels to everybody making their way down there, either already or here in the next couple days. Safe racing to everybody this weekend in both locations. Hopefully we got a lot to talk about next week. I don't think there's any doubt that we will. Stay up to date with the page. We're gonna have a lot coming out about Decatur, especially, and if Brandon can find time in between the two boats, I'm sure he's going to do his best to get some content from down in Guntersville as well. But yeah,
So
if you guys
Well,
don't got anything to add, I think we'll
this is
call it
episode
call it a
52
night.
signing out. Have a good night.
See you guys.
See you next week.